Yeah. I've been on my grind just to live it out. Say what's on your mind just to hear it loud. Everybody knows me, really that's the old me. Going through some changes right here and now. I've been on my grind just to live it out. Say what's on your mind just to hear it loud. Everybody knows me, really that's the old me. Going through some changes right here. All right, there we go. We straight.
All right,
Hey,
bet.
and we are back with another episode of the Dope Individuals Only podcast. I'm Eric, the host here, and I got another dope individual up here. Please introduce yourself.
What's going on? My name is Mac Vill.
Hey, that's it? You're not gonna let them know that you're a fucking incredible lyricist?
Oh man, the one and only.
The one and only. There you
Him
go.
himself, Himothy the Third, Himothy.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh man, I'm excited to have you up here, bro.
Appreciate you for having me.
Nah, I had to, bro. I had to. Every time I look up on social media, you somewhere with someone doing something, and I'm like, this dude's moving. He's making moves. He's building connections. I'm like, this is somebody I want to connect with. But it's funny because I knew about you from a while back. My uncle Owing, a Peekaboo the artist.
Word, yeah.
That's my uncle. He showed me your song. What was it? Portside, like 2 years ago. I was like, who is this nigga? He's like, oh, he's some local cat. He nice.
That's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? He was like, yo, E, I think you should do a collaboration with him. And I'm like, at the time, I wasn't rapping and stuff. I was like, you know, I'm not into the music stuff, but dude is extremely talented. And you know, and then a couple years later, boom. You know what I mean? You were here. We're sitting here.
I didn't know you got some bars too.
Yeah, I rap a
Damn,
little bit.
alright, yeah, you know what I mean? We might have to do a studio session after the
Hey, we could make it happen.
podcast.
We could make it happen. I love, bro. That's what I'm all about. Is just creating, just you know what I mean, providing a space to create and shit like that. So
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Man, Unc's been in my life for a long time.
How'd you meet him?
He's a family friend. Like since I was a kid.
yeah,
I knew him. He's been painting. He's been collecting since I was a kid because he has a vast collection. I don't know if you ever.
you talking about his action figures?
Yeah. His collectibles is crazy, and he has some custom made drawings too.
Oh, so you're into that type of shit?
Yeah, that's him and my other uncle. Man, that's just I'm a big comic fan.
Okay.
I'm a big like movie cinema fan and everything like that.
Okay.
But yeah, when he did that, he told me he came to me with an idea that he was gonna do that portrait from the one snippet in Portside, and it came out dope.
I actually never seen the painting. I seen one of your performance, like some footage of one of the performances you did at Wells Park, and I was like, and I see him behind you, you know what I mean, doing this thing as you're rapping. I'm sitting there, I call him up later on the day. I'm like, yo, why you ain't tell me you was performing with Mac? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have popped up there, whatever. He's like, oh, you know, I totally forgot. You know me, and I'm just like, whatever, man.
He did too, yo. He did too.
He's extremely talented, man.
Yeah, he came through. That's something like that, man. Is like second nature for people like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just natural creatives.
Yeah.
So, like you say, he forgot. He really did forget, but he's hopped back on the horse and handled it and came out dope. The painting came dope.
I definitely, you're gonna have to send me the artwork because I want to see it. I haven't checked it out, but I'm a big fan of my uncle's work. You know what I'm saying? And then to see that he's up there doing community, events and shit like that. I appreciate that. Before we cut the camera on and the mics and everything, we was talking about you working with Promised Neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want to hear a little bit about that. And if you could explain what Promised Neighborhoods is for the people who don't know.
Well, for those that don't know, Promised Neighborhoods of the Lehigh Valley, their full titles is, and they're, how do I say, they're really more so a community leadership program. I feel like an outreach program. They connect with a lot of the community members in support of end gun violence movement, and they help with a lot of what's the word, trauma.
Like mental health.
Yeah, a lot of victims, a lot of trauma victims.
Yeah.
They help them, basically get back into a society and help them out wherever they can.
Why'd you want to be a part of something like that?
Man, it really just it ties into a lot of my morals. I'm be honest. At the end of the day,
Okay.
When your family, your community. It's core values is something that I was raised with, and so there are people that they gave me a platform, pretty much, to be able to exercise my vision and bring it all together. I reached out to them initially for the community and the arts program, community and the arts cleanup correction that we held out this year, July.
Okay. And you've been working alongside of them ever since?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up. There's some great people over there. I know a lot of people like that. Well, I know quite a few people that work within there, but the work that they're doing is incredible. And it seems like it's an organization that is just fucking growing at a crazy rate. I remember there was a time where maybe I see like 2 Promise Neighborhood vehicles out, and now you see them everywhere.
Yeah, they got a fleet now.
Yeah, they got a fleet. That's exactly what it looked like. And then they got these people walking around with the orange shirts to end gun violence. I'm like, yo, this is something that people should be focusing on and pouring into. So I'm really happy to hear that you're a part of something like that. You mentioned that you guys have just built a studio. Is it just for you, or is it for like community kind of thing?
It's open to the community.
Okay.
Right now we're working on the details because there's different parties. We've been working with the Allentown School District as well.
Okay.
Trying to funnel this. We'll figure out this after school program.
Okay.
And teach kids and introduce them to live production.
That's fire.
I'm also working with my brother Bez Music.
Oh, that's my guy.
there,
I had him up here too. Shout out to Bez.
Yo, tell him what's up. Yo,
Yeah,
peace,
man.
yo.
Hold solid ground, man.
Yes, sir. Good people, good folk, yo.
For sure.
And shout out to Will too.
Yeah, big shout out to Will. That's
much love.
Best pops and shit. I'm having him up here next Friday. So
where?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm making my rounds, man.
Man, you should have put him first because I don't know how I'm gonna beat his episode, man. I don't know how I'm gonna beat his episode.
The good thing is, we just up here to get to know each other, chop it up, let the community know about you, let the people know that, you're a star on the rise and shit. People need to be aware of these kind of things. So, I'm pretty sure me and Will are going to have a great conversation as well. But today's about you, bro.
Yeah,
today's about you.
Bet.
So how'd you get into music?
Man, it's been something that's just a part of my life. My father used to be a MC, local MC within the Allentown Lehigh Valley area, and then my mom's as well. She's been a radio figure, as well as just an active member in the hip hop community.
Okay.
She used to host a radio station, a college radio station back in like the 90s. And she would reach out to a lot of the the brothers locked up in jail and stuff like that to get their requests online, and it kind of like blew up from there.
That's what's up. So we're talking about from knee high, that the hip hop roots was being given out to you.
Yeah, man. In the womb, I was listening to music. I was in the studio in the womb, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's what's up. So it runs deep. Musical influences. Who are your biggest musical influences? I always like to ask this question because you kind of get to see where the style. Because at the end of the day, we're all like copycats of something. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I like to hear where the people's influences come from.
Damn. All right, you mean like present day, or are you talking about across the board?
Across the board, you know what I'm saying? Like
across the board, man. Across the board. One of my biggest idols. After I took the time out to like educate myself and listen to his discography, is Rakim.
Ooh.
So Rakim, man, is one of the greatest MCs to ever live.
For sure.
One of the things that I learned from him is really vocabulary is key. You know what I mean?
You can hear that shit. Like that was one of the first things that popped out on Portside. There was no hook. It was just 3 verses of just straight fucking rap. And I'm like, this dude knows how to put words together.
Yeah.
That's something that's underrated, I think. Like we want to hear bops now, shit like that. But I think lyricism is
facts. Yeah, a lot of cats don't do that.
Yeah.
A lot of cats don't do that. A lot of cats, like you said, the beat hits harder than the whole rhyme
music,
scheme.
Yeah. the rapping of the song. But I think the music, the lyrics, the rap of the song is just as important as a good beat. You know what I mean? That's where the whole art of storytelling comes from. So is that like a goal of yours, is to be a storyteller? Because
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the best way. One of my main goals is to connect with people. You know what I mean? Inspire somebody, and that's one of the best ways to connect and inspire. Somebody is being able to tell a story, something that's relatable, something that people can connect to.
Okay. I feel that. I fuck with that. That's what's up, man. Is there any other influences that were real big for you? You know,
Kanye.
Kanye. Okay.
You already know. I don't know about you, but
No,
Kanye.
Kanye has one of the greatest discographies ever. You know what I mean? Like, you have to put him up there with greats. And then not only, even he transcends music at this point too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Into fashion, into just being able to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's pulled all these different elements together, and then that's how you get this big ass superstar.
Yeah.
So I'm a big Kanye fan. It's sad what they do to the man now, though.
Yeah,
It's
is.
it's fucked up what the media likes to do to him, because, he told you who he was from the beginning.
That's the crazy
That's-
thing. You know what I mean? Is that you can't be upset after it's already been presented to you.
And what
from the
you
jump.
were getting from the man, like, you know what I mean? So I definitely respect that. Kanye, I'm a big Kanye fan. I don't listen to as much Rakim, I'll be honest. But like, and I got juice, crazy. I could rap into that entire
yo.
song. That's probably the only one, though. I'll be honest.
Really?
I'm not even gonna
Nah,
hold you.
I'm not even gonna lie. After digging into the rest of the discography, like, I be forgetting about the main hits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Know the Ledge, or Paid in Full, certain like things like that. Incomparable, bro, to nowadays music.
Oh, for sure. For me, it was always I grew up like on Tupac. My mom was a extremely huge Tupac fan.
Yo, Tupac,
So,
man.
you know what I mean? His that's probably been like my biggest musical influence. Like,
Word.
it's something about, like, when you connect to these artists, it kind of feels like they're talking through you. Like, in a way, like they're telling your story as well as you listening to theirs. It's weird. At least that's the way it is for me. Like, when I get to listen to Tupac music and I'm rapping these songs, shit, you might as well thought I wrote them myself, kind of thing. So,
That's what's weird that you say that. Like, I started realizing that certain artists, because now that we've grown up, you know what I mean, we've reached a certain type of age where we could see some form of progression in our lives. Certain artists that I've been able to grow with, like Kendrick Lamar. I feel like I've been able to grow with Kendrick Lamar, Tyler the Creator.
Tyler's so underrated.
You know what I mean? Like, and he's somebody who's literally, you can almost go page for page, or in his life, in his book of life, about how he wanted to do this, or how he started doing this, changing up his sound, start taking things a little bit more serious, and that's the beauty of it. I think that's kind of dope. You don't really see that with a lot of these other artists.
No, and he
rare.
didn't in that creative that creativeness that he has only grew. You know what I mean? From them being teenagers, fucking wearing Dickies and skateboarding in music videos, to him, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, all the way now talking about, what heaven is like to him on his new album and shit like that. So I'm a big Tyler the Creator fan. I fuck with your music style, man.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
I fuck with the music. Do you listen to a lot of rap music today? Like from today's artists, or no?
No.
Nah.
No, not really.
You fuck with some Joey Badass?
Oh yeah,
I
bro.
fuck
That
with
shit
Joey.
don't ever go out of style, bro. It will never. I don't care what Joey say. I'm gonna be honest. Joey's like one of them cats. Joey's is like a boom bap 2 Chainz to me, in the terms of, like, no matter what he say, it slaps.
It's like,
It slaps. No matter what he say, is guaranteed to be good.
right.
You know what I mean?
He's extremely talented, and then he's another one that got put on mad early, and you just got to watch him grow up in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He reminds me a lot of, like, Tyler the Creator, because they have, like, a similar thing. You know what I mean? He came up with his entire crew, and now, like, he's at the point where it's just like him and maybe like one or two of them.
Yeah.
But the music and the man has grown, and the maturity has come in with it. So I like being able to follow, like how you said, I came up on, like how you were mentioning Kendrick. We got to watch Kendrick grow up right before our eyes too.
Yeah.
And just seeing how the artist develops and grows as an artist, because some motherfuckers, I think they fall off the cliff for trying to clout chase.
Yeah.
I call a spade a spade.
Be a artist 24/7 or be a celebrity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
24/7.
Where they forget to take off the mask. You know what I mean? That's probably my favorite part of Kanye, is because he could take off the mask. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't like what's under the mask.
Yeah.
I don't think we can have it both ways.
Yeah, no, cause like right now, for example, right now, people get upset. You know what I mean? You upset too many people, especially in today's world. How it is, it's just you're kind of, everybody's on the fence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Does this worry you as an artist?
I feel like it really, and this is a good difference. I feel is that it worries me more as a human being.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that kind of just bleeds into me being an artist.
So what do you mean that it worry? Like, are you talking about like we're not getting able to be ourselves? Is that what you're referring to? Like,
we're in today's society, we're not as like connected as we used to be.
I would agree with that.
I was just asking fam the other day, like, what's like my pops and my uncle.
I'm
like,
gonna
"Yo,
adjust this for you. 1 second.
Oh.
Your pops and your uncle.
Yeah,
I just want you to. There you go.
my bad.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I was I was connecting with my pops and my uncle, and I was asking them like, "Yo, what's a childhood game or just a thing from your childhood that exists now today that kids still do?" And they couldn't come up with an answer because they don't see kids out and about anymore.
Outside, yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't see kids out playing. Kids aren't like really getting into trouble and stuff like that. Not that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's a part of growing. It's a part of life.
Yeah.
And that's something that's a key factor of what the next generation is gonna be like.
Is that a sentiment that you would also like back? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you agree with that? Like, is that what you see as well? Like, yeah.
Yep.
That's fine. It's so weird, right? Because I would agree with that, except on this block, like on the street that I live on, bro. Like, it looks like my childhood of just being outside all day, riding bikes, playing football in the middle of the street.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird and nostalgic. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, there's kids outside, but
man, if I had that, I'd probably be outside all day.
right.
You know what I mean? Just mad memories just flooding in.
Yeah, it's cool as shit. Every once in a while, I'll go out like to the front of my house and I'll go smoke on the car. I drink my beer right on the car, and I watch the kids. You know what I mean? Go be kids like that. There's something refreshing about it. Like, especially as an adult who don't always get to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And so,
I feel that.
Yeah. What I find most fascinating about kids is how they play is actually exercise. I was watching it the one day, like everybody's outside on their bikes. Like, think about bike riding, or they're playing football. You know what I mean? They're playing sports. Now they're running, and everything they were doing, whether they were just like walking in packs and talking, like you're going for a walk, like it all looks like exercise. Like,
Yeah, you right. That's facts. Because nowadays when you think about it, it's like that's too much work.
that's too much work. Because I'm jumping in the car to go down the block, bro.
That's facts. Yo, Cass used to walk everywhere, bro. As soon as I got a car, as soon as I started driving, it's like,
Nah,
I'm good. You said we're going to the corner store?
yeah.
All right, we'll just drive there real quick.
Yeah, we'll be 2 minutes. they're back 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was watching some comedy and he was like, why every time you see a black man on a bike, you think that's his only means of transportation? Like, you'll never think like this dude's going.
Yeah, like he just going somewhere real quick.
Yeah.
And back.
Or for a bike ride for exercise. Like, y'all
They
think
always did that. Oh, he broke.
He broke?
Like, oh, he broke. I'm like, nah, man.
Yeah, he's just trying to get a little workout in.
Yo, there's a cat. I don't know. One day I want to figure out his name, but there's a cat in Allentown that growing up, I used to see him walking here, walking there, bus here, but he literally damn near worked at every single location in Allentown. It feels like, you know what I'm talking about?
Nah, the only person I ever seen like move around like that is
Oh, bro,
like,
you work here?
Scary Sherry.
Nah, chill. Not that. Nah, but she got 1,000 jobs too. She got a lot of jobs.
She be moving.
I think she just collects them and then like just
Let her go.
throws another jacket on. Then you know what I mean, each day is a different fit.
Oh shit.
But now this cat, like, you know what I mean, I've seen him literally checking people right at the entryway at like Dorney. I've seen him at the Brew Works, I think, at some restaurant, and then I seen him stop in traffic. Like, man's is everywhere.
He do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, but I don't ever see him driving like that. I'm like, yo, he gotta have crazy savings. His money must be crazy right now. You know what I mean?
You think he's Ubering everywhere?
Yo. He's not even. He probably wouldn't even spend that penny, bro.
Oh,
he probably I wouldn't dare spend a penny on
hey,
Uber.
man, somebody's looking out, whether it's the bus, whatever. But I appreciate people that move around to go get their money. So
Facts.
That's it. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
big ups.
Yeah,
big ups.
Facts.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Whatever you
respect.
Nah,
man, I'll take that Uber.
I had a question. Oh, about Movement Moves Media. So, Movement Moves Media is a nonprofit organization in the city of Allentown, for y'all who don't know. And they do like a multitude of things. When I was part of the organization, we were mainly focused on politics and trying to handle the media and stuff like that, and media output for local candidates and stuff like that. And there was also a podcast that went on for a little bit. So you told me before the camera cut on that, you know, you're working alongside Movement Moves Media or with them. What's that all about?
It's in order to we're putting together this after school program.
Okay.
It's going to be an educational program, just kind of giving students the general studies or general knowledge in audio production.
Okay.
You know, capturing audio, doing a recording session, you know, like something like what we're doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And working the programming, you know, as well as when it comes to the music production side of it, being able to work with different DAWs and also how to capture audio properly.
That's what's up. Do you guys have like a studio for that? Or is that something that's being worked on actively?
It's in the works now. We have a location. We actually, I was mentioning that we partnered with Promise Neighborhoods at their newest location.
Yeah. That
they opened up at over.
It's right off Martin Luther King, right?
Yes, right. I was about to say Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Yep, right off of Martin Luther King. Great facility, by the way.
You also can't miss it. There's a big ass sign, and you'll see all the vehicles parked outside.
Yeah, you probably got Dr. Bat's face on it.
Yeah,
you
probably.
You see his face everywhere.
Hey man, he has an incredible story. I'm hoping to get him up here in the near future.
Oh man, that would be dope. Yeah.
I like Dr. Bat's, and the awesome thing is he's somebody that can walk into any room, and he's the same person at all times, but he also doesn't forget where he came from. I got a lot of respect for that, because people get to certain tiers and then they act a little bit differently, and I've witnessed it, like from interacting with certain people in certain circles and then running into them in other circles, and it's like, you're not the same guy.
Yeah. That'd be facts.
Yeah, you're not the same guy. So I really appreciate all the work that you're doing with these local organizations, as far as like educating the youth. How old are you?
23.
23. Oh damn, you're younger than I am. So what's up with the gray patch?
Man, that's knowledge, man.
That's
knowledge. Nah.
I got a friend that was like his beard like had gray patches everywhere. And I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, yo, you're getting gray. He's like, that's wisdom.
Yeah,
that's
yo,
wisdom,
that's exactly how you got. That's how you keep it in your mind. You know what I mean? So you don't create more.
Yeah, I feel you. Nah, I think it's kind of fire though. It looks like it looks like you put it there purposely. So I fuck with it.
Yeah, someone said that too. I think it's because it's the main like.
It's
blotch is right there.
Right there in the center of your head.
Nah, I wish.
If I had an opportunity to choose for myself. Nah, that's what's up, though. I don't think it looks bad. I think it fits right in with, like, the character, because you rap like somebody that's been around the block a few times.
Word.
You know what I mean? From the sounds, like, if I didn't have a face and all I heard was the music, I think you're, like, in your 30s or 40s. Like, honestly, just, like, the way you put it all together, you know, what you're talking about isn't like shit that we're used to hearing like 23-year-olds talk about. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? It fits right in.
Respect.
What's your goal as a musician? You know what I mean? How far do you want to take this thing? How far do you think you can take this thing?
Man, I could take it above and beyond. My real goal is to be able to do this, you know, for a living, with every chance, every moment that I can in life. And I think you also mean like by like what's my goal to the audience, or just goal in general to myself?
I'm talking about to yourself, because the next question I'm gonna ask you is, what's your definition of success? Because it looks different to all of us. You know what I'm saying? And you're hoping to do this for a long time, so I want to know, like, how do you know, like, all right, your boy made it? You know what I mean? Some people think it's solely about money. Some people think it's about time freedom. Some people think about, celebrity. So that's,
Yeah, I'm not big on the fame like aspect on it.
it's weird.
Yeah, but I know that certain things come with certain skills that you have or certain talent that you have.
Right.
So I guess, like I said, I want to be able to do this for the rest of my life. I want to be able to earn a living off of it. I want to be able to change a lot of generational curses that have been around since before I came. You know what I mean?
Community wise or your family wise?
Key point, family wise, but community wise, there's a lot of opportunities that I feel I wasn't given or wasn't really presented to me. Because the word given implies that it was,
you didn't do nothing for
it.
it.
You know what I mean? Like I was supposed to get it. You know what I mean? That's not the point. The point is that there's different paths that have access to different paths growing up, especially when like there's such a key window and a certain time when you're growing up. You know what I mean? Where if you take this path, you're not necessarily going to be doing as good, or you're not going to be able to grow in a key area that might benefit you down the line. So yeah, being able to provide facilities for, the youth to be able to express themselves creatively, being able to change just how my city looks, how my neighborhood just feels when I walk out. Like I mentioned, doing the community and the arts cleanup. We did that. It was July 16th. We did that this year, and we were able to collectively clean up over 150 pieces of litter. Wow. You know what I mean? 150 bags of litter.
Wow. Oh, 150 bags.
Yeah,
and you don't go out with their like regular small little trash can with like little 13. You go out there with the big shits.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Where was that event held?
We held it over at Bucky Boyle.
Okay. Right down the street.
Keep it local. We had LV Cleanup help us, pretty much guide us in organizing those things. They clean up. Shout out to LV Cleanup, yo.
Shout out to LV Cleanup.
They're a big contributor to the betterment of the community. They focus on cleaning up within the Lehigh Valley and everything like that. So they do weekly cleanups. If anybody's interested in volunteering, you can hit them up on their social media at LV Cleanup, or you can find their website at LV Cleanup.
That's what's up.
What else? And then we also held a post cleanup entertainment. I invited a few friends to come out and perform and do some music, and then we also had some local vendors.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I really like how this year, probably more than ever, I've seen so many community events. I can't remember a time ever, and I've lived here my entire life, where I've seen all of these events in just one summer. Like, no lie, I've probably seen you at like 4 or 5 different events this summer, and like all like based around community in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's the music showcase, the cleanup, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really cool to see not only you be a part of it, but like the community wanting to build community. Yeah. Because even though we live in the same places, don't mean, like, I'll be honest, outside of my 4 closest neighbors, I don't really know any of my other neighbors on the block. You know what I mean? I see them. They walk their dogs. I walk around with my kids. How you doing? But that's the extent of it. You know what I'm saying? But like, nobody's really building those connections. But when you see these same people at these different community events, now you got an opportunity. And not only that, you are giving something back. You guys go out there and you pick up 150 bags worth of trash. That means something. That means something, because Bucky Boyle, they got a splash park down there. They got an actual park you can boat. They got a football organization that plays down there. Like, there's a lot of things that goes down over on at Bucky Boyle. So, you know, yeah.
Well, actually, we went out throughout the West End, throughout the West End of Allentown.
Oh,
So we had like 4 different teams. We had a Promise Neighborhoods team. PNLV also had a team.
okay.
Separate from Real Recognize Real, which is the brand. It's my brand that I have. We're a company. We're an entertainment company, and basically we just connect the community through art.
Oh, that's what's up. I like that. That's what's up. Yo, you doing some incredible shit, bro.
Baby steps, man.
I honestly, I like when I came up here. I mean, when I asked you to come up here, I thought it was gonna be like heavily based like around music. I wasn't sure how like, you know, what else I was gonna get. This is why we're up here talking. But to hear like how much community things you're doing, that's like I'm hella impressed, bro. I swear I am. It's really hard to get young people to be involved in the community. For some reason, we like to complain about shit, but we also think that it's not part of our job to be involved in those changes. Yeah. Thank you. All right, you too. That's the Amazon man.
I'm about to say you could have seen us.
Yeah, right. Axel, relax. That's my.
That's the dog.
Yeah, that's the dog downstairs. He's like, who's at the door?
Sounds all extra big, and then comes down. He's gonna be like,
nah, he's a pretty big dog. He's probably like 70 pounds.
Goddamn.
Yeah, he's a big dog. He sleeps right there, right by the door. So it's like, you know, when he hears anything at the door, because he can't see it or do anything about it, he's losing his mind downstairs.
Waiting for that Amazon man.
Yeah, right.
That's what it is.
Earlier today, I had the door open waiting for you, and I walked outside. And the mailman was coming by, and the door is open, but I had him locked up. And he's like, "Is that dog gonna come outside?" I'm like, "Nah, he's chained." He's like,
"No, that's just real."
Yeah,
that's just real, bro. I did delivery. I delivered packages for Amazon for like 2 months, maybe. Mm-hmm. Bro, literally, I had dogs just pretty much attack me
all the time.
Like, no, she was like, "Oh, it's good." I'm over here trying to call her, get the owner's attention and everything. They're in the back. I'm honking the horn, blah, blah, blah. And then I'd step out of the car just for a second, and that's when I see the dogs run around. And then, they start jumping on me, mauling me, bro. I had them had tears in my pants.
Holy, I don't get paid enough for that shit.
Yo, I almost walked off the job, bro.
I'm not even mad at you. I'm not. I swear I'm not. I don't care what Amazon's paying. You're not paying me enough to get chewed up by dogs.
Nah, bro.
Nah.
Nope.
All right. So what do you think the most difficult part of being an artist today is?
That's a good question, but it's very broad.
It is. So you take it wherever you want to take it.
I think it's society. It's society. I think that's what it is. It's your audience. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, yeah, you can push out whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But just like we were talking about with Kanye, people that's a different perspective that people have on you, so they could disassociate your artistry with you as an actual human being almost immediately. You know what I mean? Or they might not, and then it's all the same thing, and they just don't mess with you as a whole because you said one thing wrong.
Do you prefer it for them to look at you in totality and not separate the artist or the celebrity from the man or the woman? Or do you prefer for them to basically treat you like you're two different people in a way?
I think my idols have always lived their lives like that. You know what I mean? Like for what Kanye, for example, Lauryn Hill, Prince. You know, those types of artists. They've always them being themselves has become the biggest, like the bigger picture, you know what I mean? And being the deity or whatever, the people that end up following them, that them being themselves ends up being that bigger picture. So, damn. Yeah. So I think that's just something that I've been able to consider second nature, is just not necessarily the totality, it's the reality. Is that I'm also a human being.
Yeah.
Not only am I an artist or your favorite artist, you know what I mean? I'm also a dad. I'm also a brother, a sister, a son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of these things go and apply that make me just the same as you, you know, as the next person.
I just so happen to be a little bit more known than the average man.
Yeah.
That makes me think of this one line Joe Budden said. I'm not sure if you're a Joe Budden fan, at least
Nah.
musically. But he was like, "You bought the music, not the nigga that made it." Like, you know what I mean? We get so hung up on the fact that we support people, and like you said, they say one or two things that we disagree with, and all hell breaks loose. I think today's biggest, I think today's issue with artists, with being an artist in today's world, I think it comes down to a society issue, and it's just like, I think people are a little bit overly sensitive. They don't like to hear opinions that differentiate from theirs, and I think that having those conversations with people who don't have the same opinions as you is the right way to go about it. But instead, we live in a culture where we like to cancel people, we like to attack people, defame people, and I think we go about it all wrong whenever we have like disagreements.
Yeah.
And I think it puts artists in a weird spot, because it's like, how can I create what I need and want to create to leave the impact that I want to leave without having to worry about being canceled from you guys, because you guys don't want to know what my real reality is like. You know what I mean? Speak to that.
That's a fact.
Speak to that.
That's a fact, and that goes across the board. Like, that's all creatives. You know what I mean? Whether it's acting, directing, not only just being a music creator.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you're that bridge, that connection from either fantasy or just emotional, you know what I'm saying? That's something that's just not on the surface, that deeper level it's connecting it and bringing it to the surface. You know what I mean?
Us as the artists.
Us as artists, as creatives.
Okay.
Or we're that to many.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that being, it has to be priority. It just has to be priority to be able to express yourself fully.
I think so too.
You know what I mean?
I think so too. I'm not sure if it's like a media thing that has kind of brainwashed us into thinking that like people can't have creative freedom, or that really is the sentiment. But I like, even on this show, like I'll bring people up here and they, you know, we're talking, they're getting into the conversation, or, you know, they're letting their layers go, and they're like, oh shit, can I curse? I'm like, yeah, you can say whatever the fuck you want up here. This is my platform. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But it's even in that where I tell them, hey, you know, come up here, be yourself. We're going to speak on whatever we want to speak on, whatever we need to speak on. And then they come up here and they realize, oh shit, I think I'm talking a little too much, or I'm talking a little too crazy. It's like, nah, man, just like come up here, be comfortable, be you. But that's what I mean, as in like, I'm not sure if it's us or there really isn't or the media's portraying something a certain way. But I think creative freedom is the most important thing, because we're all creative in some way, shape, or form. You know, some of us draw, some of us do poetry, some of us build houses, and you know what I mean? Everything comes from the imagination and people's willingness to create. But I think the moment we start telling people what you can create, how you can create it, where you can create it, I think that's where we get like a lot of what we see today, which is, if I had to put in one word, is foolery in a lot of ways. I see a lot of shit that I'm just like, come on.
Think of it as like it comes off the production line. You know what I mean? And that's, like I said, across the board. That's from the shows we watch, all the extra new TV shows and stuff like that that's on Netflix, Hulu, all of that stuff is just like the last one, got the same plot as the last one. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's like, all this shit seems familiar.
Yeah, all that stuff, it just ends up coming off of the factory line, and that is the same thing as like let's say you got a waiter or a waitress, you know what I mean, or whatever, someone who's waiting tables on you. You know, you don't tip them well. You know what I mean? You come back to the same spot, you don't tip them well this time. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily give them they presented you them that they're doing their job.
Right.
It's what they're doing is what they're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Certain things like that ends up like it's the same thing, because then you come back, then they're gonna get crappy service. Then you just get you're not a different individual or a special customer or a new customer.
Mm-hmm.
You're another customer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Another customer who don't tip well.
You know what I mean? Another customer that when I was being genuine, I was doing my type of thing, I didn't get the tip, or I didn't get the best type of response from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then now it's like, I don't care about the audience. You know what I mean? Now you're going to get whatever I give you. You're going to get whatever you guys, you know what I'm saying, want. You know what I mean?
The bare minimum is where
yeah. Not nothing a part of me, not nothing that I feel like is gonna, you know, that's how I feel like that's gonna just go down in a cycle. It's the same thing.
I feel you. I get what you're getting at.
You're not gonna get nothing real from me if you don't appreciate it.
Yeah, you're getting what I can give, and 9 times out of 10 is gonna be the minimum, because you didn't see the worth. You didn't see the worth when I was presenting it all to you. You know what I mean? You thought of it as just, I guess, another thing, you know, and it's bigger than that. What was I going to say? As far as the music that you've made, what's your number one favorite song out of all the music you've made? Do you have a favorite song?
Probably something unreleased.
Yeah.
But nah, if you want to talk about out like project wise, it'd probably be System Check.
System Check. Okay.
I think that's my favorite. You know what I mean? I talk on there, I say on the hook, live life, love, lust, the hunger. This life, that light shines like no other. And that just is the whole concept for System Check, is to be a self-reflection moment. It's like the 3rd or 4th song on the on Art and Mental.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out. I didn't get through the whole project.
Definitely, you know what I mean? If you got some time, listen to it, brother. And that the whole concept of it is to prep yourself for this journey. You know what I mean? And then I'm taking my steps out into this world. You know what I mean? Say it as you will, but my own universe, and stepping on to my journey head first. Right. And that's what the whole project is about. But System Check itself is just me asking myself, do I have this? Do I have that? You know what I'm saying? They say, I'm saying that I'm worthless. They're saying I ain't worth it. I ain't focused. Ran them up a mile. I how I do it, but don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Certain things like that. It's just me like reflecting on, all right, I have this doubt. I have this, you know what I'm saying? Society is doubting me, or just painting me as the next person. Right. You know what I mean? But I know I can do this. I know I'm certain I want this. So that's basically everything.
Do you do a lot of that self-reflecting?
Always. I think that's how you find the best product. You know what I mean? Is self-reflecting in that moment or that feeling. And then that's something that someone else is bound. There's over a billion people in the world. You know what I mean? Someone else is bound to feel that same feeling that you felt, even if you just drop ice cream on your shoe. Right.
So
you know what I mean?
Drop ice cream on their shoe.
You know what I mean? Like something simple like that. Like, bro, if you did that and that happened in your life,
there's somebody that can relate to it.
Somebody that can relate to it.
Does it ever discourage you that, like, you know, when you put music out and a week goes by, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 4 months, 5 months, and like the views might not be there, the response might not be there. Does that discourage you as someone who is putting something out for people to enjoy?
Nah.
No?
Because I'm hard-headed.
What do you mean by that? Because I know what you mean by you're hard-headed. Like,
fuck it.
Fuck it.
They're going to take it. Nah. It's like, I don't know. It's always, everything's a lesson. Everything's a learning experience. So it might just be because the timing wasn't right.
I see why you got all that damn gray hair.
It might just be.
I see why. This is why you answer shit just like no other 23-year-old that I know. I know people my age, my friends, like in my inner circle, where it's just like that's where your brain took you, bro. You know what I mean? But you're sitting here, you're talking some real shit, bro.
Yeah.
I got to give you your kudos.
Man.
Even when I was 23, bro, I probably wasn't where, at least from what I could tell, where you were. You know, so
that's because a lot of people had to fall at you know what I mean, at places where, so that I don't need to. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people made mistakes. A lot of people bumped their heads so that I don't need to. You know what I mean?
you're taking other people's lessons.
Yeah, when I was young, I was always hanging around the older cats and everything like that. Like I was hanging around my uncles, hanging around my like my pops, or like the older kids at school and stuff. So especially being around my OGs, just learning about how they maneuver through life. You know what I mean? And the game that they would be trying to give me in terms of like, look at, you know what I mean? Like, what you doing? All right, what you doing every day with your friends? You know what I mean? And making me look at my own life. You know what I mean? Like, nothing. We just chilling, smoking all the time. You know what I mean? Like, that's all we do. We just chill, go play ball, play, you know what I'm saying? Play Xbox, and that's pretty much all we do. He's like, nah, man, there's more to that.
There's bigger than
you know what I'm
that.
saying? There's things, all right now you got time. And that's something that I never really started to understand until like the last couple years, is that time is very, 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 very important.
Time waits for no man.
Yeah.
No man.
Facts. Wake up.
I think that's probably the most beautiful and the hardest part about life, is that it don't matter what the fuck you're going through, what's going on. You walk outside and the entire world is still moving.
Yup.
And it could be such a lonely feeling, but it's also like, you just change the perspective a little bit. You could be like, I got to keep pushing. I got to keep pushing through. You know what I mean? I love to say, I say it to my kids all the time. It's like, it's impossible to fail unless you quit. Like, if you throw in the towel, then you know 100% there's never an opportunity of anything. But as long as you don't quit, even if it takes you 20 years longer than you anticipated it taking you, as long as you get there, you know what I mean, get to wherever you want to go. And I try to hammer that into them, because it's like, it is really easy to feel defeated by the fact that this shit don't slow down for you. It don't matter what you're going through in your personal life. You about to lose your house, they about to take your car. You know what I mean?
Shit pile up.
Yeah, shit pile up real fast. But I really like what you said, where it's like, I'm hanging around older people. They're giving me the jewels, and I'm taking in the gems. You know, I didn't always do that as a youngin'. Like, I had kids really young. I had my first son at 19 years old. Another one 2.5 years later, another one 2.5 years after that. You know, luckily I could handle certain things a little bit better than most people, but I didn't listen. Yeah. And then I'm going through real life shit. You know, 25 years old, and I got 3 kids already, and it's just like, and I'll call my mom, and I'll be talking to my mom. She's like, "See, I fucking told you." You know, like,
black mama will tell you too.
Yeah, you seen how hard? You seen how hard I went through it. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to keep you from that, and it's just like, you know. So I like the fact that you're like, you know, I was taking heed to what they were saying. It wasn't just going in one ear and out the other. Is there something that you can offer to younger people listening to this? If there's anything that you want them to take away from you know, this conversation.
Prioritize. And the most important thing with that is to prioritize yourself.
I like that.
Because in the midst of everything, your friends, family, that fluctuates. At the end of the day, you're your own constant. You know what I'm saying? You have a constant wave of energy that emits from you, and all you could do is control that. So do what you can, the best that you can, in order to be able to do as much as you want to do.
I like that. That's some good fucking advice. That's some good advice.
I'll take it myself.
Yeah. I try to live by that too. It's just like, even when people start to get me out of character, it's like, you know what, Eric, you can't control shit other than how you react right now. And that brings me, it keeps me grounded in a place where it's just like, you know what, I'm not going to get out of character. I'm not going to go upside your head. I'm not going to jump down your throat, because it's just like, you are the way you are because the way that you are, and whatever else influences. But like, that shit don't got no bearing on my behavior and the choices I'm about to make, you know, next. I think we have a very reactionary culture. We're all looking for something to be upset about.
Yeah.
We're all looking for something to disagree about. But, you know, a lot of the time it's just like we're doing it to ourselves. They're like self-inflicted wounds a lot of the time, and we don't need to be that way. So I really like that advice that you gave to the people. Now, for the final thing, you got to rap for them, man. I hope you came up here with something.
No, man, I didn't come here with nothing, man. I was working 9-hour shift, bro.
Come on, I know you got something.
Damn.
I know you got something.
Let's see.
Take your time. We ain't got nothing but time.
Oh, damn it. All right, let's see.
Even if it's something off an old project, you know what I mean? There's gonna be people on here that have never heard you. You know the verse from would you say System Check?
System Check?
Do you know the verse from System Check?
Where's that to that? Yeah, I think I did that. They got me standing on the edge. I guess it's where my life start. Holding up my head. I wonder where's the light part. Heavy on my heart. Weigh my choices with all my thought. How to maneuver through these odds in the race to get what I want. Ah, damn. All right, bring it back.
Yeah.
They got me standing on the edge. I guess it's where my life start. Holding on my head. I wonder where the light part. Heavy on my heart. Weigh my choices with all my thought. How to maneuver through these odds in the race to get what I want. Slave to the world. Slave to my peace of mind. Stack up all this bread, but still they want a peace of mind. Chase mine out they home, but always land on decent ground. To go back now. A lot of doubts I stand to easily find. And true a living color. Trying to find the way-ins with my brothers, this the challenge. But time don't wait for no man, can't be other. Needed like yesterday. Niggas start running it up. You start seeing, bro, damn. As soon as you see them, they pulling out all of their masks, choppers, they hunting the bag, grab back to back like klepto. Damn. I can't remember, bro. I'm gone, bro.
Nah, you straight. I appreciate you coming up here to give them some words, bro.
Yo, real talk, man. I appreciate you having me.
Nah, you listen. The honors all yours. Thank you. I'm happy that you even wanted to be a part of this and what I'm trying to build and you know what I'm trying to cultivate at the moment. It's a lot like what you're doing in all these different circles you're jumping into, where it's just trying to give something different to people. Trying to be impactful in whatever shape, way, or form I can be. So, you know what I mean? It means a lot to have somebody like you also on the same mission in your own way, but also on the same mission to come up here and be a part of it and talk with me. So thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Thank
you for having me.
And if you don't mind sending me system check, because if possible, with your permission, I'd like to have it as the outro for this episode.
Oh, yeah,
That's
I got
cool?
you. I can do that.
Yeah? All right.
Hell
We're going to
yeah,
make
man.
that happen. Shout out all your socials. Let all the people know.
Yo, peace and love, yo. Shout out to Dope Individuals for having me. This is Mac Vill. I want to give a shout out to Real Recognize Real, the team. I want to give a shout out to Damaris Vega. Shout out to my queen, Caitlin. And then you guys can find me at realmacvill.com. And you can find me at Real Mac Vill on all social media platforms.
Hey, there you go. Listen, I want to thank you guys for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed the guests. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. I hope you guys have something to take away from it. I told you more dope individuals, more dope shit on the way. Make sure y'all follow the podcast on YouTube. You can subscribe, Dope Individuals Only Podcast. You can follow us on TikTok and Instagram as well, Dope Individuals Pod. We're going to be up here every week with more dope shit, more dope individuals, and more lessons in life to come along, man. Peace and love. Thank you guys for watching. And shoot for the moon. If you miss, you still amongst the stars. Peace.
Yeah. I've been on my grind just to live it out. Say what's on your mind just to hear it loud. Everybody knows me, really that's the old me. Going through some changes right here and now.
Live life, love, lust, the hunger. This life, that light, shine like no other. Get Gone with the wind, my brother. Hey, start kicking down to get up in the motherfucker. Live life, love, lust, the hunger. This life, that light, shine like no other. Get gone with the wind, my brother. Pray to God, after all, he lets you in.
They got me standing on the edge. I guess this where my life start. Holding up my head, I wonder where's the light part. Heavy on my heart, weigh my choices with all my thought. How to maneuver through these odds in the race to get what I want. Slave to the world, slave to my thought of mine. Stack up all this bread, but still they want a piece of mine. Chase mine out they home, but always land on decent ground. I'll go back now. A lot of doubt, I tend to easily find and true and living color. Trying to find a way ends with my brothers, this the challenge. But time don't wait for no man, can't be other. Needed like yesterday. Niggas start running it up, you won't see it coming as soon as they see him. They pulling down all of they masks, choppers, he hunting the bag. Grab back to back like klepto. 30 Express, Black Cat, Max back instrumentals. View essential, sending off the top floor with no harness in the darkness abyss. I miss the days when we chilled in this bitch, and now it's just pushing the hustle, working it 24/7, still flexing the muscle. They asking I'm ready to go, hungry, applying the pressure, now making it settle. Your son on the run, mama. Look what I've done, mama. Know I'ma do it, wasn't for fun, mama, but I had some fun, mama. Got nothing to lose, 100 to prove.
Live life, love, lust, the hunger. This life, that light, shine like no other. Get gone with the wind, my brother. Hey, start kicking down to get up in the motherfucker.